Last week, George and I, Kev, you abandoned us last week, and the result was
you went
was
to places
extraordinary.
you weren't supposed to go.
George and I
Leave you for one day.
Yes, we explored the vast world of pornography, didn't we, George? And it's supposed to be a sort of, in my mind, it was an impartial look at porn, what it is, and that sort of thing, the social influences, and what it turned into was a at times very unfortunate, very open and honest oversharing, and but people resonated with it. People really enjoyed the episode. What I'd like for us to continue to do is to be honest and to keep having honest conversations about topics that ordinarily we wouldn't discuss, because we're quite a fluffy podcast, really. We're just sort of jokes, and we don't tackle deep subjects unless it's interviews. But we're going to keep tackling big topics and seeing if we can continue our education and our adventure, because the Steve Calis Show is me and my co-hosts, is me and my co-hosts going through the alphabet A through Z and exploring aspects of the human condition. I want us to get a little bit more raw and real with it. Still be honest, still be stupid and silly, but tackle serious topics.
I do have a question regarding last week, but not for you, but for everyone who actually listened.
Go ahead.
Is it the topic content? Or was it the oversharing?
Or was it the charismatic frontman oversharing?
I'd like to know.
Or was it the oversharing Mick
Did
Jagger?
they come for one and stay for the other, or was everyone just like, Steve's absolutely going to go ham on this?
Well, what I said to George was interesting was that obviously the topic drew people in, and in the retention rate on that episode,
all of you.
they're all pure purpose, you're sickos, but the retention rate on the episode was perfect. It was, people listened right through to the end, so they obviously enjoyed the way we communicated these uncomfortable issues and these difficult topics. And one thing I want to talk about today, this is our Q episode, and it's Q for queer. Before this episode starts, I just want to say thank you to Graham's Windows and Doors at grahamswindowsanddoors.co.uk. Thank you, James. Thank you, Sherelle. We really appreciate your ongoing support. That's grahamswindowsanddoors.co.uk, Yeovil's #1 provider of windows, doors and conservatories. And thank you also to Paramount Prizes. Paramount Prizes are an online competition website. They're one of the best in the country. Stu and Natty do a brilliant job of running it. They're so fun and interesting. The competitions are brilliant. That's paramountprizes.co.uk. Now, on with the show. This episode is going to be a history of gay. The gays? Gayness.
Are you going to educate
Okay.
me and George on?
We're all going to go through. I've been doing that since we met. This episode is going to be an education in the history of homosexuality and how it's been perceived in this country specifically. Okay, if we were to explore the fullness of the LGBTQ plus community, that's a vast episode, and each individual part of that deserves its own time and attention. So today we're just focusing on the Q. Okay, we're just focusing on the gay community, homosexuals, if you were. Okay, you see, I'm already getting a little bit awkward about it for some reason, and I can explain why, so don't be offended, people, okay? Kevin, when you were in school, how were gay people perceived?
Not well.
It was the worst thing in the world would have been to have been gay at school whilst we were growing up in the sort of late 80s, 90s. It would have been, because you saw it happen. If it was, no one came out as gay in school, but you could tell because some of the guys were effeminate, say, or they had...
No, I'm not. And then they got out of school and they're like, I'm coming out. And we're like,
finally,
we know.
I'm free. It's fucking...
It kind of took the shine off it a bit for them, because they were like so pleased to tell everyone. Everyone's like, yeah, we know.
Yeah, we know, yeah. But it must have been freeing, because it must have been suffocating to be gay in school. Can you imagine being born different like that, being born just exactly who you are? You can't help it. You just, you love who you love. You're born this way, and society, as we're going to explore, for hundreds of years is like, oh no, we will kill you for that. we will kill you for loving someone that you want to love, or being in a relationship with someone you want to love. We will literally murder you for that. And so you have to. And you think it disappears, but I remember in school so vividly thinking, God, man, I'm glad I'm not gay, because people are really horrible about gays. The term gay is an insult.
Well, it's a descriptive word as well.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
We're using that word.
100%.
Still do.
Yeah. No, we've grown away from that now, Kevin.
No,
We've evolved.
Yeah, no, I don't mean it in that way. I don't even associate the word gay with a homosexual person now. It's just something I use for when something's shit or rubbish.
I see. But that is what is offensive about it, isn't it? Because you're going, it's like someone going,
I've stolen their term.
but if you were a gay person, you still go, oh,
yeah.
fuck, that's
It's like
yeah.
saying, oh, that thing's shit, it's a Steve.
Yeah. Let's not get too attached to that.
Start a thing now.
But yeah, that's exactly what I mean. It's that you're exactly who you are. A characteristic of who you are, part of your soul is being made fun of and is loathed and despised, and people are repulsed by it. Kev, I'm trying to do I'm just a calm, happy exploration of the gay experience.
But just so you know, for the first 15 minutes, it sounded like you're building to something.
Yeah, an episode I'm trying to do. Yeah, so the reason, a few years ago, I had this sort of moment. It was an awakening. Oh, fuck's sake.
Too easy.
A few years ago, I had this moment where there was this big scandal about them making a Superman gay in the comic, right? And people were upset about it. But it wasn't that they were making Superman gay. They were making a Superman character, so like a cousin or whatever it was, or he was going to be gay. And at first I was like, I was joining in with the, what have they got to make everyone gay? And what have they got, and I was sort of just being one of those guys about it. And then it occurred to me, everything is set up for us. If you're white and straight here in the UK, everything's already tailor-made for you. All the action stars, you're growing up, all the TV stars and action stars were white and straight. You could relate to them. The world was made for you to relate to everything else in it. But if you were, gay or black, especially years ago, especially sort of pre-our time, the world wasn't trying to make you feel comfortable, wasn't trying to make you feel like you're a part of the community. Whereas making superheroes that are specifically gay and gay as part of their character matters, because it makes it just totally normalizes it. And that's the world we want our kids to grow up in, a world where all these sort of things are, all the colours of the rainbow, all these different aspects of people's personalities are accepted and made the norm. So with that in mind, we're going to now explore a history of gay. I keep thinking that's not the right way to say that. It's like a history of homosexuality in the UK.
That's best.
That sounds dry. Sounds like a BBC Two documentary, doesn't it? But
the history of gay sounds like something else completely. I don't know.
Does it?
What.
Is it like a film?
Sure.
Like a romantic comedy? I don't know. But we're going to explore that, okay? So, join me on this adventure, won't you?
Well, of course.
We're going to start our adventure, okay? And I'll give you a point and feel free to comment and analyse. In 1533... Henry VIII made homosexual acts between two men illegal in the Buggery Act. Okay, what I like about this is there's no mention of women whatsoever in it. So I like the idea that some people, counsellors coming up to him and saying, "Oh, Henry, there's two. You've just made the Buggery Act. It's illegal to be gay. There's two women over there. They're being gay. They haven't." And he's going, well, they're right. leave them to it. What I want to see is a couple of dudes going at it. So it's interesting, isn't it? What are you thinking over there, Kev? So you're stewing something.
Wasn't it Queen Elizabeth that did something against lesbians?
Did she?
The first, I think.
I don't know. Maybe that'll pop up in our history of homosexuality. Will it? So 1533, Henry VIII has made homosexual acts between two men illegal in the Buggery Act. 1861. Offences Against the Person Act abolished the death penalty and instead imprisoned homosexuals for 10 years.
Oh, that's it.
So, but it's still harsh as fuck, isn't it? So listen, we're not going to kill you. We will throw you in prison for 10 years, but we're not going to kill you just for having, is it just for having sex? So it's for engaging in homosexual acts, I believe, is the thing. But so 1533 to 1861, that's like 300 years, 330 years of being murdered for being gay. You know what I mean? How fucking atrocious is that? And that's what I mean. It's totally something that you can't help. Imagine just being born straight in a gay world and everyone's like, oh, you like having sex with women? Oh, we will kill you because of that.
And you go, the English were more exposed to it when the Romans were here? Because they were known.
Because they're a bit more freewheeling and
they were very known for it.
I don't know. Who knows? The gay history for me starts at 1533, apparently. Okay. Before that was all bliss and contentment. But who knows? I mean, you're right, because it was the ancient Greeks.
Yeah.
If everything I've read is to be believed, that's quite a culture of homosexuality where it's relatively normal, and so I don't know. That's another thing for the listener to dive into and explore. Now, in 1889, Scotland abolished the death penalty. Okay, 1889. Right, that's fucking terrible. But 1889, Scotland abolished the death penalty. In 1885, just prior to that, the offence of gross indecency was created in the UK. Gay acts punishable, and the vague wording made it possible to prosecute without witnessing the act of buggery. So you can just report someone for the act of buggery. And what I like about this, it's a great story, and I'd love for it to be true, but I don't think it is. We've heard a story about Winston Churchill, when one of his aides came to him and told him about one of his ministers has been caught committing buggery on a bench, like out in the park, right? So one of the MPs, it's supposed to be a real story, but I don't believe it, right? But one of his MPs said, Winston, we're in big trouble. This MP has just been caught committing buggery with another man on a bench. And apparently Winston Churchill said, on a bench? In the park, in this weather, makes you proud to be British. Because it's snowing and cold. Heroic effort. Heroic. Good work, gays.
To be fair, homosexuality in the Commons, I'm sure, is quite rife.
It's rife everywhere, and that's what makes it so shocking. Is it such a normal?
They do some weird stuff, don't they, in the Commons? The stuff that's been coming. Yeah.
What exactly is the accusation here?
There's very much a solid accusation there.
In 1897, George Cecil created the first homosexual rights group in England, the Order of Chironia. So it's 1897 until there was a homosexual rights group in England.
Question for Mr. Historian, the Chironia bit. Is that a person from...
I don't know, that's a good question. Good question, Kevin. What is... we're talking about the Order of Chironia. What is Chironia? The Order of Chironia, according to Google, was a secret society founded in the late 1890s by George Cecil. Oh, so it doesn't say secret society. Oh, I suppose that'll have to be secret society, wouldn't it?
That's what he got killed.
Yeah. A British writer and early LGBTQ activist. It was named after the Battle of Chironia, where a renowned Theban military unit, the Sacred Band, composed of male couples, was famously defeated. Interesting. The order served as a support and pressure group advocating for homosexual liberation and provided a space for underground communication among its members. So it was named after the Battle of Chironia, where a renowned Theban military unit, the Sacred Band, composed of male couples, was famously defeated.
Nice.
Wow, there we go. Interesting history. Well done, boys. Very good. So that was in 1897. That was established. 1912, London's first gay pub, the Cave of the Golden Calf, opened.
What name?
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. 1957, Wolfenden Committee publishes a report recommending behaviours between consenting adults should no longer be a criminal act. The Archbishop of Canterbury supported it, however the government rejects it. 1967, the Sexual Offences Act 1967 decriminalises sex between two men over the age of 21 in private in England and Wales. This did not extend to the Merchant Navy or the armed forces. Now, sex between two men was still illegal in Scotland in 1980, in Northern Ireland in 1982, and sex between two men was still illegal, ironically, in the Isle of Man in 1992. You think that's where dudes would just be able to go to just be with other dudes? An isle of dudes just duding on it.
All you do is race bikes.
Wow, that's mental, isn't it? And not have...
Those are the two reasons you live in the Isle of Man, is to race bikes and dodge tax.
Yeah, and not have homosexual relations.
Very much not.
Before 1992.
No.
So it's strange, isn't it? I wonder culturally why that is, and what politically what that is, who was in power when these decisions are made. Interesting. 1969, this is shocking. Stonewall happened when police raided Stonewall Inn in New York, a known hangout for LGBTQ plus people. People were arrested just for being gay and for wearing clothes that the police deemed inappropriate for your gender. Kev, you'd be in big trouble.
I know, right?
This has happened before, but this time the community fought back, and this was a key event in the history, the LGBTQ plus history. But what you were saying earlier was important, is it? Because when we were younger, it's worth hammering home that it was not okay to be gay at school.
Well,
I
had I'm the oldest. My dad and his two brothers, we all have kids, and I'm the oldest of the lot. But we had like second cousins, and they were all quite a bit older than us. I remember Gary must have been about 20 when I was about 6 years old. Mm-hmm. So this is like 1986. Fully homosexual in the 80s. Mm-hmm. And that took some minerals.
Yeah.
He was become a chameleon. Boy George.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
pretty much what he looked like.
Sweet.
The most savage mouth I've ever heard on a human being in my life. You don't actually call him anything because the abuse you got back was horrendous. But I can't imagine what he went through then compared to what.
Yeah, shocking. You get why.
I mean, dress as a dog now, and people are like, yeah, cool, I like your suit, mate. They run around on their fucking hands and knees, and they'll meet up downtown.
Do you know what, I thought I might cut them off it just in case it spirals, but I didn't. I let it go.
Sorry.
And dogs and furries happened.
Yeah, but they're part of it.
Well, I don't know.
They want to be part of it.
I don't know. I don't share the. So yeah, I mean, furries are interesting. I almost went to 2 years in a row. I almost went to this furry convention.
My daughter will go with you.
Well, I want to do it from a media point of view, to interview them and see what
she'll
the
go with
appeal
you.
was.
She'll take the pictures and approach them, do all that weird shit, and you just go like, "Oh, I'm the weird uncle."
But I didn't think it's. I was interested in what it is exactly. Yeah, just curious, subjectively, what was happening there.
Yeah, because what is it?
But let me slide in there. I'm gonna just go whoopoo,
Mate, those suits are fucking insane.
Yeah.
The woman who works in town. She's one of the first ones.
But they smell on the inside, but it's sweaty in there.
They're
aren't they?
fans and shit in them. But
do they?
yeah, they
Wow,
must do. But they
right.
spend thousands on them, the proper ones.
Yeah.
But I did see one the other day. Normally they're just like dogs, aren't they? The one I saw the other day had tits and shit, and I was like, right, I'm out. That's enough for me. Off. I'm done.
Tits and shit.
Yeah,
did it?
they're full on
Wow.
like they give them curves and tits and.
Wow. Oh, they're deliberately sexualising. Right, I see. Well, I see. Well, that's the world. That's a world I don't know much about, sadly. And I wanted to, but I could never get media access to the conventions.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I really want to explore. But they thought it was going to be. They thought it was going to be mocking.
Yes.
Yeah, but I wasn't. I was fucking in. I would have been a fairy 20 minutes
Coming
in.
out, coming out. Misha, we owe $2,000 to this man over here. Sorry.
I would have. That's fully my nature to dive over
Starts
2 feet.
licking himself.
Anyway, feel like we got off topic.
Moving
again.
on. Swiftly.
I'm still staying in, by the way. Let's still staying in. I'm not editing anything else. So measure your words from now on.
Yeah, okay, I will try.
Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Because you do. Since looking into this, I totally understand. I always did, but I totally understand now why the Pride matters, Pride events and Pride festivals and the Pride marches and stuff, because it's a celebration of, hey, no one's trying to murder us anymore. We can live in it. We can just be ourselves. I can hold hands with my boyfriend or girlfriend, and I can, it's. I totally get why that's a celebration. And so good, yeah. So I'm learning. Look at me, I'm evolving. I'm evolving as a human being. So 1971, same-sex marriage banned in England and Wales. 1972, first Pride event held in London. 1972, I've pictured that being a recent thing for some reason, Pride events, but yeah. But 72 was the.
I don't. Well, maybe they just weren't media worthy.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Maybe.
Don't
maybe
pay attention to it. It never happened.
Right. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Maybe get more. What do you make of when car manufacturers or something will go on Pride Month? Yeah, they'll put.
Jaguar have done themselves in, haven't they?
Well, that's a different thing. Their design approach it's controversial to say the least, isn't it? But they'll on Pride Month, they'll put the Pride flag up in their Twitter bios and stuff, except for the ones that represent the Saudi Arabian version of their company, or
They want to keep their money.
Yeah. So, but what it tells me is like, oh, it's not really a principle. Then what you're doing is pandering to
a marketing
whatever.
scheme.
Yeah. Because you're not going like, if you really
It's
cared,
become like Father's Day and Mother's Day, etc. In that vein that you don't really care about it, you just do it. So like you said, Pride Month, everyone comes around, you guarantee when you pick a can of Coke up, it's got a rainbow flag on it, and it does cheapen it somewhat.
It's weird, isn't it? Because when corporate entities get involved, it does cheapen it. It does seem to cheapen it a little bit, but also
It does bring
normalizes the culture
attention
a
to
little
it,
bit, doesn't it? Yeah, it brings attention to it. It normalizes it, and kids are growing up in a world where the flag is recognizable. People are normal for doing these things. And
Fun fact for you: I've just come back from Gran Canaria on holiday. We went to some tiny little town, wherever. My father-in-law said, "I want to go down to the local town and get some baccy because it's too expensive in the holiday place." We walked down there, and he said, "We'll go this way first." And as we walked down, the steps were all rainbow, all the way down. There's rainbow flags everywhere. We rounded the corner, and there's a gay nightclub, and on it is a giant picture of a man in a leather thong and a pig mask.
All right.
And we were like, "Oh, so we've literally found the gay capital of Gran Canaria." Okay, we need to go back now.
Oh, I would have. Have you ever been to a gay club?
Yes.
It's so good, isn't it? Just fucking chilling with some dudes.
Much more
That's it.
friendly than a normal
Oh
club.
man, it's so,
To be
it's
fair,
brilliant.
the gay men are a lot more friendly. The lesbians are savage. The last time we went to Pulse in Cardiff. We were in there for about 15 minutes, and I walked to the bar, and a drag queen made a joke about me. And I was like, crap. Oh, no, how do I get out of this? Because they're just too quick, aren't they? But she left me alone, moved on to the next person, moved on to the next person. And as I turned around to see where she was so I could move, there's a large lady, had hold of this somewhat tinier lady.
Is this one of the savage lesbians you were just describing?
Who had one or more fingers inside the girl and was trying to lift her off the floor.
Wow.
Very aggressively.
Wow, Jesus Christ.
And they were just trying to eat each other's face. It's like, remember Tremors? Like graboids? It's
Yeah.
kind of like that. And I remember thinking, like, this is not what I was, just stood there, like, not what I was expecting. Not at all.
Wow.
No, that was my introduction. No, it's my introduction to a gay club. I was just like, there's just two women viciously fingering each other. I don't know where to go with this. Like, what do I do?
So we're going to breeze through the
world has moved on quite quickly in the last 10, 15 years, isn't it?
the world. I don't panic too much when you see. There's things you can see, and there's cultural shifts you see which can annoy sometimes. Okay, where you can see young people being overzealous about something, and you go, I don't really understand why you're so passionate about this, or whatever this is. But young people are the future, and their heart's always in the right place. Even if you don't always agree with the method, or you don't always agree with exactly what it is that they're passionate about, young people know that if they're doing it with young people now, they want people to be able to love whoever they want to love. They want the world to be a totally accepting place. And you can't accept everything all the time, but you want a world where safe, healthy inclusivity is absolutely the norm, and that's all what kids are fighting for these days, and more power to them. Right, so where do we get to? 1972, first Pride event held in London. And 1975, the Liberal Party, now the Liberal Democrats, became the first UK political party to support LGBT rights, passing a motion at conference to support full equality for homosexuals, including equalising the age of consent. Good work, everybody. Good work. Good work, 1975, Liberal Democrats. You guys knew what's up. 1976, the lesbian and gay Christian movement is founded at a public meeting at the Sir John Cass School in the City of London to reduce the age of consent to 8. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know this. In 1977, a bill to reduce the age of consent to 18 is defeated in the UK House of Lords. Does that mean just for gays or for everybody? The age of consent was older.
For the LGBT.
Yeah.
You think so? Yeah. Well, maybe if you
said it was under 21 before, didn't they, when you went back?
Oh, right. I see. Okay. The Pride flag was created in 1978 as supposed to be a positive symbol of solidarity for LGBT plus people. The colours of the flag represent the diversity that exists in that community. The first UK case of AIDS was recorded when a 49-year-old man was admitted to hospital in London, and he died 10 days later. 1982, Terry Higgins dies of AIDS in St Thomas Hospital. His partner and friends set up the Terry Higgins Trust, the first AIDS charity here in the UK. 1988, much beloved UK Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher. I added the much beloved.
You definitely did.
Introduces section. Oh, yeah. Listen to this. I learned about this recently. UK Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher introduces Section 28 of the Local Government Act 1988. The Act states that a local authority shall not intentionally promote homosexuality or publish material with the intention of promoting homosexuality, or promote the teaching in any mainland school of the acceptability of homosexuality as a pretended family relationship. 88.
She went in.
Thatcher. Turns out she's controversial.
Who knew?
So that's shocking, isn't it? Yeah, so no,
Margaret
essentially
Thatcher, a divisive character.
So I think what that wording means is they're trying to bury the very thought and idea of it.
Yeah. Start with the next generation and tell them it's bad.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, and it worked because the next generation was me.
Us. Yeah.
1988. Sir Ian McKellen comes out on the UK's BBC radio in response to the government's proposed Section 28. Sir Ian McKellen and Michael Cashman become founding members of Stonewall UK in response to Section 28 and other barriers to equality. So Ian McKellen has been a fucking legend since the minute he was born, hasn't he, really? He's just always been on the right side of history. He's just a magnificent human being. And he's fucking Gandalf and Magneto. Good work. 1988, Denmark becomes the first country in the world to give legal recognition to same-sex partnerships. Go on the Danes. Now we're entering the 90s. Okay. So that was a period of the 80s. It was a period of complicated reconciliation between society and the homosexual community.
And attempts to put it back down.
Attempts to sort of bury it here in the UK. So I wonder what sparked that. It's very strange. I don't know. Very, very strange. 1990, the year of our Lord, me, as when I was born. Candlelit vigil in London after 5 gay men are murdered within months of each other. This leads to the formation of Outrage, who call for police to start protecting gay and bi men instead of arresting them. In that same year, lesbian and gay police officers established the UK's Lesbian and Gay Police Association, the first Pride event in the UK city of Manchester. 1990 as well, Northern Ireland holds the first gay parade. 1991, Sir Ian McKellen meets UK Prime Minister John Major, who I like, by the way. I just finished reading his book. It's very good. This is the first time any Prime Minister has met with LGBT activists. Go on, John. And apologies if I'm skipping some of this. If you're interested in gay history or the history of the LGBTQ plus community, you'll notice I'm skipping some stuff. That's because we have to condense it into an episode. We can always do an extended version if people like it and want us to do that. 1998, Wahid Ali becomes the first openly gay member of the House of Lords and one of a few openly gay Muslims. 1998, the Bolton Seven, a group of gay and bi men, are convicted of gross indecency. They take their case to the ECHR, claiming a violation of Article 8 and the right to a private life. After a campaign by Outrage and Amnesty International, they are awarded compensation by the UK government. Go on! 1999, former British National Party member David Copeland bombs the Admiral Duncan, a gay pub in Soho. The attack kills 3 people and wounds at least 70. So it's fucking shocking, really, because this is 1999 and you're still being killed and targeted for being gay.
And like the change that happened in the UK.
Yeah, I had no idea that's the case. 1999, European Court of Human Rights unanimously finds that the investigation into and subsequent discharge of 2 personnel from the Royal Navy on the basis of their sexual orientation is a breach of their right to a private life under Article 8. That's good. I wonder if this is one of the few boons of social media, is that if something, you can't sweep something like this under the rug. It's something like this, but your communities are much more vocal now and much more seen and visible, aren't they? I mean, I wonder if that gives these minority communities power, you know?
Well, and the power for everyone else as well.
Yeah.
The people who aren't necessarily part of the community but are happy to coexist.
Yeah,
you know,
that's right.
Yeah,
it's very
it just brings a lot more attention to everything.
Yeah, I think so. So now we're getting into the 2000s. I'm just going to breeze through this. In the year 2000, the government lifts the ban on lesbians, gay men, and bi people serving in the armed forces. Legislation is introduced to repeal Section 28 in England and Wales. Is that the Margaret Thatcher thing still? 1988 to 2000. The legislation is introduced to repeal Section 28 in England and Wales. In the year 2000.
Yes, the one she tried.
Jesus Christ. The bill is defeated and remained in place. Wow, in England and Wales. Does that mean in the year 2000 you can publicise... So Section 28 is the Margaret Thatcher one. Let's get back to it.
You definitely couldn't marry then or anything like that.
So 1988. So in 1988, Margaret Thatcher introduces Section 28 of the Local Government Act, and that's the one where you shall not intentionally promote homosexuality or publish material with the intention of promoting homosexuality.
And that's why you didn't see it on TV then.
Yeah. In the year 2000, the government refused to remove that, so it's still in place in the year 2000. So when the fuck did that? It wasn't repealed until 2003. Jesus Christ. So you couldn't, I guess, have gay TV characters, publicise gay things, have, wow, that's stunning. I had no idea. 2003, gross indecency removed as an offence. 2014, the Same-Sex Couples Act officially comes into force, with the first same-sex marriages in England and Wales taking place on 29th of March. I remember that because I think Elton John and David got married. It was one of the first marriages, wasn't it, I think? 2015, the Royal Vauxhall Tavern becomes the first ever building in the UK to be given a special listing status based on its LGBT history. 2016, David Mundell announces he's gay on his personal website, the first openly gay Conservative cabinet minister. And there was hundreds more in history and perpetuity, but he would never be open about it. So well done to him. So that brings us to the modern day. That was a brief, and I'm sorry if we missed anything, but that's a brief skip through the history of homosexuality in this country.
So a lot's happened recently, but in terms of positivity, since sort of 2005 onwards, things have become progressive.
Yeah, and as shocking as that. So Section 28 was repealed in 2023.
Yeah.
2003, sorry.
I mean, to be fair, all anybody wants is to be able to be in a relationship with the person that they love, whatever that may be.
Yeah.
And you haven't been able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be parents.
Yeah, you can't get married, you can't be parents, you can't. And then sense eventually prevails. And then, but actually that's sort of pithy and dismissive, because actually, since it wasn't that sense prevailed, it's that people died and fought for this cause, and when it was unpopular, and when it was not just frowned upon, but when it was literally society was repulsed by the idea and demonized homosexuals, there was people brave enough to make organizations and charities and try and stand up for this thing. So we honor those people. I think that's incredible and incredibly brave. Good work, everybody. So that's gays. That's the gays. Feel closer to the gays?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think it's amazing how recent all of this is, and no wonder we had such a hard time getting our heads around it when we were younger. Because it literally was demonized. It was we weren't allowed to advertise being gay.
It wasn't allowed. It wasn't normalized on TV. It wasn't. You wouldn't. And I still now, and honestly, I will admit now, I still, if there's you see two guys about to kiss in a film or TV, I still go actually, because it's just reflexively, it's reflexively just something that in school was just hammered into you that it's bad, and you become sensible and you get your head screwed on as you get older. But I still, the I guess the shadows of that prejudice still linger in memory.
Get rid of them. No matter how much more open-minded, that was something that was whacked into you when you were little.
Yeah. Oh, those prejudices are they're it's okay to have them as long as you know that, I need to act in spite of these things. You ever fucking cross the road when you see teenagers with hoodies coming towards you and stuff? They could just be teenagers. I was a teenager once. You ever, and like I said, seeing two guys about to kiss on a TV show still makes me a little bit uncomfortable now because of my
because it wasn't Liam Neeson.
Because it wasn't Liam. Yeah, we can do it privately in my dreams, but I don't want to see it on a screen. I want to be intimately involved in it in my sleepy land. So, is there anything anyone wants to contribute before we?
I should have saved that question for the end.
What question is that?
Who did the most?
Well, I don't know. I mean, hopefully we have some LGBTQ listeners listening to this, and gay listeners who will educate us further on this, what we should have talked about, stuff that we got wrong, and then maybe they can say who significant characters in this story are. I mean, Ian McKellen popped up a couple of times there. Margaret Thatcher, unusually, is in the position of villain.
Who has come out sort of gay that you were surprised about? Like, I have a friend who a few people.
In real life,
yes, a few people were surprised, and there were celebrities too, like anyone. Really.
I still think in Yeovil, if it's going to be a surprise that person's gay, they won't be open about it. I mean, because you hear stories and rumors about people and you go, well, no way, he's straight. But the reason that person hasn't told you that he's gay is because
you say no, he's straight.
Yeah, exactly. He's just worried about being sort of demonized.
I do have a friend who did, and you would not think. A lot of people were like, what?
Yeah.
And he's happily married now.
I wonder if there was a reaction to not being able to have so much, especially in the UK, not being able to have, because there was campy characters. You couldn't have gay characters, but there's been camp characters. Have you ever seen the Carry On films? There's camp characters, C-3PO. There's camp characters all through movie and TV, but you couldn't openly say this is homosexual, this is based on homosexual. And then this will get it wrong. Do you know when men try and write female characters and just get it wrong? She boobily down the stairs. Well, that sort of stuff. And but gay characters and women characters are written better when they're natural, and those things aren't a totally dominant part of their personality.
Running, Mr. Smithers. It was clever writing in time because it was slight when you couldn't. It's become more and more overt.
Yeah, that's right.
As time's gone on, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's interesting.
Without ever actually saying that he is, I believe. But you'll see him on like a cruise, which is quite clearly. And they've all got Daisy Dukes on, like, hey, or whatever. And you're like,
lucky
it's
son
very
of a
clever.
Bitch. So there's interesting. There's more. We could have done this could have been a 2-part already, but there's more to dive into here. But it's worth considering these things.
I would be intrigued if we do have any LGBTQ listeners. I did that then.
Where are my gays at?
We are
Where's
predominantly
Steve
straight male.
Straight man
white
between
male,
the age
Which
of
is
25
probably
and
why
40.
your last episode did so well.
It's about porn. Yeah, I
Yeah.
see. Yeah. So I think that's it, boys. We're happy with the gay talk.
Have either of you ever had a gay sexual experience?
Oh, that real life gay?
Yeah.
No, just
nor
in my
have I.
dreams.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. Apart from my friend who's actually married because he is gay, I don't think I know anyone that has.
I've thought about this. I've thought about like would I
You
like.
wouldn't find out, would you?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
we all grew up there.
Yeah,
Like,
but I have thought about like I wonder what happened. Like, would I feel at what point would I feel uncomfortable? Because I do when you start the picture, you go, "Whoa." Yeah, you just want to get sort of.
how would you feel if someone approached one of your friends who you really know, who basically came up and said, "Sue, I had a hell of a night last night," and then told you? How would you feel when they were telling you?
Well, that they got railed by some dude the night before.
Or railed a dude, whatever.
I'd be
Viciously
interested.
fingered
I'd be
female
like,
if they were a girl.
I'd be interested. I'd go, yo, what the fuck? I'd say, yeah. Well, I'd be curious. I'd say, what the fuck did that happen? How come this is the first time I'm hearing about it? If a friend came up to me and said, last night I had sex with a guy like last night, and it's totally out of the blue because I thought this person was straight. I'd make me laugh probably. I'd get laugh when I'm uncomfortable,
You'd laugh
and I'd be
first,
stunned.
and then be,
Yeah.
oh, what, really?
I'd go, yeah. Well, no, I'd laugh just at the reality of it, not at the idea that it was joking. I'd laugh at the reality of the thing. Go, blimey, mouse. I'd say, what happened? What? I'd guess I'd be curious about what the build-up was. Why did I not know? That, how come you couldn't feel comfortable telling me about that? Maybe because I laughed when you told me. But yeah, that's how I deal with stress. But I'd be disappointed maybe that they couldn't have told me before. Have you had a gay experience? Is
I
that
have
what you
not, but
Yeah.
I did go to an all-boys school.
I was about to say you did.
Yes, and
An
it does.
agricultural all-boys school.
No, there was no, as far as I was aware, no gay experiences. In fact, I think if you were gay, it would have been a lot worse
There's more chic
than a normal
That's
school.
why there's no gay experiences at all. I thought.
Yeah, because you're behind closed doors. There's no public eye to it. I think these people wouldn't have been treated very nicely.
Yeah.
But
agricultural schools, they just play with the animals.
we did. The line that you guys probably grew up with is probably very different than what I grew up with because we lived together. We shared the toilets, we shared the showers together and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh, no,
probably
I play
very
sport.
different.
There's no line.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah, it's very similar to playing sport or what happens when you go and have a shower after a big game or something like that, but every day.
Right.
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
Oh, so there's
Yeah.
less, I suppose, like less mystery, less
Yeah, absolutely.
walls up.
Yes,
I
yeah,
suppose.
and like going to the cubicles, just having the doors open.
Yeah,
And it's like chatting to your mates as you walk
sat
past.
down having a shit, talking to you about
Yeah, literally.
the door open.
Good
Never
lord.
done that? You've never done that?
No, I'm not a fucking chimpanzee. I know how to close a door. You know what I mean? Good lord.
But it was like
getting civilized.
40 of us.
Yeah.
From our years.
Civilization goes clean out the window. It's
No,
like,
no, that's unacceptable. No, that's interesting. Yeah, because I suppose there's much less walls and it's much it removes a lot of mystery. I suppose.
Yeah. But if you ever showed any signs of being
got
aroused
your
over that, you were
George
in
was got a
trouble.
boner. We're all just trying to shit in the shower. That's interesting, isn't it? Because I was thinking, like, I've thought, like, I wonder what happened if, say, there's someone Christopher Reeve and his prime today says, "Come here, Steve," and goes to hold me. At what point would I go, "Ah!" No, right? Because it is instinctive. So I would oh, fucking hug Christopher Reeve. And I'll give him a nice big squeeze. And then say he goes to go for my ass. Yeah. At that point, I go, "Christopher Reeve, no!" And I would. Yeah, I like so. Yeah, but that's why. Yeah, but what you do, you're making fun of it, Kevin. And this is the gay exploration that we're talking about. Okay, you're shutting it down. This is what the conversation we're trying to have, which is important. Okay, because this is the exploration of.
Okay.
Yeah, we got it. Thanks, yeah, cheers, mate.
I wasn't urging.
Thanks for spelling it out for us.
Just checking.
No, we did. We got there, but no. So I often think like, well, yeah, I'd be uncomfortable. That's how I know I'm straight, and there's no grey area because I've allowed my imagination to go. I wonder what that would be like just for a minute to be. And there's times where you go, "Oh, being gay would be so much easier. Come on, just chilling with your boys, just watching football, just fucking." How much better would that be? I mean, God, it's funny because you are instinctively more uncomfortable with the homosexual topic, I reckon, than George and I, 'cause we're younger.
A whole decade older than you.
Yeah, but it's very evident that it makes you uncomfortable, this kind of talk, because I reckon we're much more free flowing about it and talky and chatty. Not in a bad way.
Yeah, because I actually did get my ass whooped for that sort of shit. Whereas you were just told you were going to get your ass whooped. Whereas we did.
Well, at home it was. Mum was always. Mum always goes. I mean, she was probably preparing herself. Mum, for some reason, she would say to me a lot, "Hey, if you're ever gay, just want you to know it's okay." And I go,
Weird.
I'm not, I'm right.
How many times did you say it to you?
She was always going on about it.
Yeah, I don't think my mum said it to me once.
No. My mum must have been preparing herself.
She said it more than once.
She'd often say, if any more boys turn out to be gay,
Well, you're very
look at me. Like,
you're very theatrical, aren't you?
yeah, I guess so.
Whatever you
Yeah.
always been.
Yeah, but what it is, what you see in me is, I'm totally content with who I am at all times. All right,
No, but
yeah.
let's break it down the decades. Your mum, again, before me. Would you agree that one of the areas where you would find most homosexuality would be the theatre?
Oh, that's where we gather. I mean,
So having her son come in and do an interpretive dance and made her go, oh,
I best let him know now.
yeah, I'm with you, son.
He's always got Tom
While
round.
your other brothers are kicking the crap out of each other and you're
Yeah,
in there
that's
performing Les Mis.
Yeah, that is funny because my brothers are very sort of stoic and masculine, and I must have been totally different. Yeah, I must have been. But
Were you the last one?
no, I was middle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was middle child, so I was always sort of desperate for attention. And but what you see in me, the thing that is I'm totally comfortable. But at all times, who I am, totally comfortable with, and and I suppose so that's unsettling, I suppose. But I'm also not afraid to imagine and picture and consider what things might be like. But it's interesting. I didn't know that there was such a contrast between your instinctual, not attitude, your instinctual reflexes towards homosexuality. It's quite surprising. I've noticed from the start of this episode, it's been interesting.
It's from there. Everything in you there that you don't even realise until later. Like,
Oh, listen, I'm not.
said before with the parenting, you pick up shit your parents did because they've done to you, and you're like, oh. Things you say, mannerisms, you never lose them because they went into you at sort of 2, 3, 4, and then so stuff like that. When we grew up, like you said, you've never seen anybody kiss on TV that wasn't, fucking Sharon and Phil from fucking EastEnders.
That's right. Yeah.
The length of it.
Yeah, but I'm not.
Brookside was one of the first ones, wasn't it?
Was it? I don't know.
I think so.
God, that was fucking dreadful. But Brookside and what's the fucking awful one with the terrible acting? Not Brookside.
Hollyoaks.
Hollyoaks. Jesus Christ!
still going
that's
though.
still in the fucking air.
Still going.
Everything I
I'm
see
pretty
is
sure Tony's
devastating.
still in it.
Jesus Christ! It's fucking awful. That
He's been on TV longer than
but
you've been
I'm
alive.
not chastising you for thinking that. It's just an interesting way to explore it because I've noticed because it's much more accepting over here.
Oh no, my
than the old eye roll.
My father's side of the family incredibly closed off emotionally, despite the fact that Gary was their cousin.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Incredibly closed off, completely emotionally useless, and not like men are men. That was completely it, and drilled into us.
Yeah,
and that was that.
Yeah, that's left a stain, isn't it?
Well, no, there's no way, no fucking way, either one of my parents, God bless them, well, God bless my mum, would ever have turned around and said, "It's okay, son," like your mum was prepping you for. Made him an absolutely fucking
Prepping herself. Yeah.
Yeah, there was, because I don't think there was that level of understanding with anyone until you guys came around, really.
Yeah.
Because like you said, I don't think there was anyone, maybe one kid, I think I knew that we knew during school after. But when I think, by the time I'd left school, about 5 years after that, there was a lot more, a lot more people coming out, younger.
Yeah, and you can see why, because the attitude, the reflexes are to shut it down and make jokes about it, and make fun of it, isn't it? It's, yeah. But I mean that's how you.
We've all done our majority. Yeah, we've all done it tonight. Yeah, for sure.
This is how you. This is how you. This is exactly what I mean. This is exactly what it is in school. It's just, you cannot talk about it or joke about it or go, well, I don't know, this part of it sounds all right. And then you're immediately chastised and immediately I can never have said in school, oh, it'd be nice to be gay, just fucking your mate, watching some football. That sounds like a good time.
Oh, you'd have been in the bottom of a bowl of feet.
Yeah.
Shake it out, you real quick. So I'm very glad that is how things are changing there, and I'm very glad of that. And the world's becoming a better place because of how more accepting it's becoming. It's learning to become more accepting. And I'm not judging you, Kev, by the way. I'm totally like you're a wonderful father. I mean, you're very open and affectionate and loving, and you've turned your beginnings totally around. So I don't blame you for having these reflexes still, because we all got them in some capacity. So don't worry about it. But George, you're a piece of shit.
If I dream about a bloke tonight because of you, I'm going to fucking...
It's going to be me. I'm going to Freddy Krueger you. Sneak up in there.
Yes.
Yes, Queen.
Not Freddy Krueger, Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury you. But dildos in my fingers. Oh, God.
Here we are, letting it all go. Finally.
There we go. Yeah. Okay. Right. Well, listen. So listening. It's important that you know this whole conversation has been with total respect to the LGBTQ plus community, particularly gay people. We wanted to really explore history and find out what it is that gay people throughout the history in the UK have been dealing with. And I thought we've learned a little bit more. If there's a thing that you think we need to learn more about, then please reach out, leave us a comment, send me an email. Yeah, we'd really appreciate that. Boys, thank you very much. I think that was very diverse and interesting. Good work. Thank you for joining me.
Yes.
No problem.
Thank you for joining me. And remember, listener, please leave us a 5-star review on Spotify and click the follow button. We'd really appreciate it. Boys, ciao, 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 ciao.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Ciao, 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 ciao.